Alright, so I'm going to be disassembling this ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 3. There's two of them. This one, the hinge is broken, as well as one of these antennas. So we're basically going to be attempting to transfer over the hinge and the antenna. So first I'm going to try and take the parts out of the old one, or the one with the good parts. So let's close this. I already pulled this frame out. I'm going to show how to remove this on the other one. But here you can see they have all this adhesive around. Removing this frame is quite a bit risky, so if you're going to attempt this, keep that in mind. You might want to only do this if your screen's already broken. Alright, there's a good chance you can end up breaking your screen trying to do this. Okay, so anyways, we're going to need the screen from or the hinge on the right side. So let's go ahead and take this out. So we're going to use a PH1 or JS1 screwdriver. Again, I'm going to be doing this twice, so yeah, this is not one of the regular tutorial videos because the customer didn't have like other parts for me. So I'm not sure what they want me to do with the broken hinge and antennas because they said this is already broken. They don't even know if the motherboard works. They said there's actually like a parts laptop that they've been using. So basically we're just going to take all the screws out. It looks like they already popped off the cover, so it's coming out really easily. Hopefully the other one's going to come out pretty easily as well. We got, oh man, don't tell me I'm going to have to completely disassemble this thing. I think they kind of built it in a way that I won't. So first thing you're going to want to do if you're doing this on your computer, disconnect the battery. So I do that by grabbing the connector and kind of just wiggling side to side. Alright, let me actually zoom in a bit. Okay, good. I'm not charging my phone right now, otherwise it will overheat again. Alright, so again, I just use my fingernails right here on the sides, and you kind of just grab and wiggle that, and you can see the connector comes out. Right, and pull this out. It'll be a little bit easier if you're actually taking the whole battery out, but I'm just kind of trying to do it this way. The battery cable, there's not much slack, so it's actually making it kind of difficult. So I'm going to see if I can lift this cabling upwards so it's not going that direction. Let's try and get this tool underneath. There we go. And let's see if we can lift these cables up so that way I can pull the cable out easier. There we go. You can see where, oh, most of it came out. Come on, stop going back in. All right, so we're going to pull the cable out just like that, and there we go. I'm going to leave the battery disconnected. Again, it would be easier if you just if you take all the screws out, but I kind of don't want to take everything out and put it all back. At least not on this one. So you got two screws here, and then two screws here, and one screw in the middle, it looks like. But anyways, once you disconnect the battery, you're going to want to open it up, press and hold the power button 10 to 15 seconds. This will drain any power that's in the computer so that there's less risk of damage when you're removing the LCD or LVDS cable connector. Okay. So I'm going to hold it a little bit longer, and there we go. Alright, so let's close this up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out all these things. So we got the LCD LVDS connector here. I'm going to pull this out. Let's zoom in. So here we go. There's this latch. We just flip this up. Once you flip that up, you can go ahead and grab the connector and pull it out. Again, it's very important that you do press and hold the power button before doing this. So I'm doing this because I'm going to take the entire screen out. Let's go ahead and get the wireless antennas out as well. Right, just like this. I'm going to leave the adhesive on the inside. Man, they put all these like adhesive tabs here, so I'm going to have to peel this up as well. Okay, we'll get that out, and there's more tape here. Let's go ahead and unroute these. This looks like it's going to end up being more work than expected. Okay, so since we're taking out the right hinge, that's going to be the one here that's on the left while we're looking at it. It looks like we might have to take the entire motherboard out twice. That's going to suck, but it looks like that would have to be done no matter what because yeah, that's kind of dumb. They routed all the cables underneath there, so it looks like we're gonna have to take everything out, or at least let's see if we can maybe take this slot out, and then we can maybe take the other things. So let me get a semi-eject tool here. Where's my little semi-eject tool? Let me find that semi-eject tool and I'll be back. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so I'm back. I got the semi-eject tool. I'm gonna remove this. Oh, it looks like it needs a special semi-eject tool. This one is too short. Let's see if I, nope, that's not long enough either. So maybe I can just pull it out instead of pushing a button in there, because my needle here is bent. I might have to unbend it. Maybe I'll use a, let's see. Okay, no, it looks like, can I do it with that? Okay, there we go. So it works with that. Pull that out. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna try removing the screw that's under there and see if that uncovers the antennas. If we can pull this plastic piece out, then maybe we don't have to take the entire motherboard out. Let's see. Okay, this tray does come out. You lift it over to the right and then it goes out like that. But the wireless antennas, it's stupid. They actually put it underneath there. I don't know if I can pull it out. Yeah, we still have to take the whole motherboard out. So this repair is going to be pretty complicated. You're going to have to completely disassemble everything. You got the M.2. This is a M.2 SATA SSD here. So if you want, you can put an M.2 SATA SSD. Alright, yeah, it looks like we're going to have to take everything out. So I don't know if this, I don't think this is touchscreen, so this is probably like for the webcam and microphones and everything. Let me zoom out and we're going to do a complete disassembly, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this cable out as well. They are holding it down with all this adhesive, which I hate. Let's peel this out. This looks to be soldered in RAM, so you can't even replace the RAM. Honestly, I kind of wonder if I can just, oh, I guess to take out the hinge I have to take all those cables out, right? Yeah, that's gonna suck. Alright, so let's go ahead and completely disassemble. Let's take the black and gray cables out. For some reason they put the black cable on the white one and then the gray cable on the black arrow. I don't know why. That's kind of strange, but whatever. We'll just repeat that. Let's pop these antennas out. Just get underneath like that and pull from the tail. Alright, here we go. We're going to unroute these cables. Unroute those. Unroute these. Okay, here you can see all these cables. It's kind of stupid how they routed them. Let's go ahead and disconnect this cable here. I believe this is the keyboard backlight cable. I might be wrong, but yep. Alright, I guess let's take the whole battery and everything out. You want to keep all the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. If you mix them up, you can actually cause damage. This is going to be a little bit tricky because I'm working on two of the same laptops at once. So I'll try and make room for all the screws on my desk and hopefully I can get them back properly. I don't think I'm charging enough for this job, but whatever. Looks like either way I have to completely disassemble the laptop, so let's go ahead and completely disassemble the laptop. Alright, getting the 4 screws out for the fan, or for the battery, sorry. Battery model number is on here. There's 2. There's SB10F46440 and 00HW002. It might be easier to find the battery just by searching ThinkPad X1 Carbon 3rd generation or something. Oops, I thought I took that screw out. Okay, don't forget the middle screw. There we go. So we got the 5 battery screws out. We should be able to lift the battery up and out just like that. I'm going to set that aside. Here you can see the trackpad cables here. It connects to this giant thing. I don't know why it has all this extra. I think part of it's also going to the centerpiece, right? You got the keyboard connector here. Flip that latch up. Disconnect that. Oh good, I was worried it was all held down with adhesive. It looks like it's not. I don't know, actually maybe it might be. It's kind of stuck there. I'm going to use my metal tool here because it's thin and flat, just so I can get underneath. And it looks like they do have some adhesive holding this here. So, okay, the adhesive is this piece. Oh, man, I'm going to have to use a lot of tools to do this, aren't I? Okay, let's see, what did I do with my tweezers? I was moving stuff around on my desk and now I can't find things. Okay, let's go ahead and try and peel this up. Can't even pull this up. There we go. So we're peeling up this double stick adhesive. Oops, it just tore. Okay, peel that up and pull that out. I'm going to take that double stick adhesive out because it's just causing problems. We're going to throw that away. Alright, then we got this connector here for the USB board and the headphone jack. This one, it just pops up just like that. I just went underneath with my fingernails and pulled it up. Got the speaker connector here. I'm going to get that out just by using my 2 fingernails and walking the connector out just like this. Wiggle, 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 and there we go. Alright, what else do we need to remove? You got the wireless card here, SSD there. I'm going to pop this connector up as well using my fingernails. Okay, you got the fan connector here. This connector comes out very easily. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the motherboard. They have little arrows pointing at where the screws should go. So, I don't know, hopefully I'm not going to have to remove everything, but we'll find out. Take out that screw, take out this screw. Looks like it's not too many screws, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Right, we got one screw in the middle here. Okay, and then we got one screw here. If there's only 5 screws, that'll be nice. Then it's not as bad as I was thinking. Okay, one screw there, and then one screw down here. Okay, so we got those 5 screws. Let's see if we can lift the board or if something else is holding it. It's kind of stuck down here somewhere. Not really. It's kind of wiggling around, so I think it's should be okay. I don't see any other screws. There's this board here. Don't forget to remove, there's a cable here actually. So let's flip this latch up as well and pull that cable out. Okay, why is it stuck? I don't know why this cable's stuck. You kind of have to lift it as you pull it back. There we go. And it looks like this cable is part of these other things. So let's see here. Alright, we got all of those out. Okay, we do have to remove this as well. Let's remove this screw here on the silver bracket. It also goes into the hinge. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Do we got everything out? Can we lift this up now? Okay, this board, I think you kind of have to flex it a bit to remove it. But let's see. There might just be something on top that I'm not seeing. Let's try and pull this at the fan area first. Okay, so I'm trying to lift it from this side. Might have to remove the heatsink first because it's stuck here. Or maybe, oh, there's, okay, the adhesive from the foam like was kind of, I guess, melted or stuck there. Alright, so now that we got that side out, we can hopefully pull the whole thing out. Oh, we forgot this little cable here. Flip that latch up. Pull that out. Go. Good thing this is like a spare parts computer, so it's already broken. Alright, let's go ahead and lift this up and pull that out. So there we go. We got the whole motherboard out. It's covered with this tape stuff on the bottom. The CMOS or BIOS battery is on the bottom here, so if you need to remove that, the same thing, just grab the wings, wiggle, and pull it out. But it's nice. We got the motherboard out. It's not too bad to get the motherboard out on this model. And the keyboard is held in with a whole bunch of screws here. So if you needed to replace that, just keep that in mind. Alright, so to take the screen out, what I like to do, okay, well, let's see if I can get all these cables out first. So, I have to unroute all these cables. Alright, we need to get the orange and the gray one. let's peel up this adhesive here. You want to make sure that you're peeling up the adhesive and don't just pull the wires, because if you damage these wires, then you won't have them to replace, of course. Alright, peel that up. Get the cable out, this part, keyboard. Alright, here we go. All the cables are coming up. There's more adhesive. Hate that. Okay, there we go. So let's see if we can get the hinge out. Most likely, I'm going to have to take both out. To do this, what you want to do is open the screen 90 degrees. I'm going to zoom out, or possibly slightly more than 90 degrees is okay. So much stuff all over my desk. This is junk. Alright, so what I do is I have this hanging off the edge of my desk. Slightly more than 90 degrees. We're going to take this screw out here for the hinge. Okay, again, you want to keep the screws in order. It's that one, and then we got these two. Alright, and hopefully after we got all these screws out, we can just lift the screen up. Okay, let's see, all these cables are disconnected. Alright, so let's go ahead and lift the screen up. Yep, nice and simple. We got that screen out. We're going to set the keyboard assembly aside. We'll have to put it back later. And then we need the right hinge. So we're going to pull this out. As you can see, this hinge is loose. Let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, it's going to be bad because I can't, all this stuff's in the way. But anyways, as you can see, this hinge is loose, and that's not good. So that's usually why these hinges break, because the screws come loose. So I like to put thread locker after I remove them. But anyways, let's go ahead and remove these 3 screws. I'm going to leave the screws out just in case I might need them. Once you got the 3 screws, we should be able to just lift the hinge up. Yep, and all these cables just actually slide out there, so there's just a little gap here. So this hinge is not too bad, nice and easy to remove. And now let me check the broken one and see what antenna I need, because I'm going to have to remove that antenna to use. So it looks like the gray one is the only one broken, the orange one looks okay. So let's go ahead and remove the gray antenna wire. Okay, so I'm just unrouting it here. So the gray wire goes underneath, and actually it looks like they kind of overlap each other. So I'm gonna have to take this one screw here out so that the screen's not in the way. Alright, and then hopefully we can lift that up. Yep, and let's get the gray wire out. It's trapped underneath the orange wire, so it looks like either way I'm gonna have to lift the orange wire completely out before I can get to the gray one. Okay, let's see here. Am I going to be able to take the antenna out? That's the thing. Oh, so the antennas are actually both in one board here, it looks like. So I'm gonna have to peel up this adhesive. Okay, let's get this adhesive out of the way. Actually, are these 2 different antennas, or they might be 2 separate things? So there's one here and then there's one over here. I don't know if they can be removed from the thing. I don't know, it might be part of the... Okay, let's see. So we're definitely gonna have to take the screen out. So I'm gonna take these screws, all the screws for the screen out completely. What did I do with the... Did I knock the other screw down? Oh, shoot. Okay, I might have knocked one of the screen screws on the ground. I'll find it eventually. But this is a spare one, so we don't really need that screw. Okay. Man, this is going to be a pain. Usually I don't have to work with so many screws from 2 computers. Oh, it just stuck to the magnet of my screwdriver. There it was. I didn't knock it down. Alright. And we'll remove the screw from this side and the screw from down here as well. I'm sorry, it's hard to show what I'm doing because if I move stuff around too much, I'm going to end up knocking everything over. Alright, so we got that 4 screws over there. The screen, we're going to have to lift it up from this side. Alright, and it is attached down here. I don't know if I can lift it out without taking out the hinge. I can't. So I'm just gonna, for now, just move this out of the way. And let's go ahead and actually peel this broken screen off. So let me move these screws and things out of the way, so that I can kind of show better what you guys are going to have to do. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect the screen here. And again, if you're going to replace the screen or something for yours, so once you take this off, you can flip this latch and you can pull it off. Alright, let's go ahead and pull that cable out. So if you're going to replace your screen, the screen model number is on the back here. They have this LP14 whatever. Don't just use the number from here. You want to make sure you can take your screen out and check the model number there. If you can't take your screen out, then you probably don't want to bother with doing this repair. So this model number won't really help you. But sometimes these model numbers are different, so you want to make sure to check yours. Don't use the model number that's from there. Alright, so let's see if we can remove these antennas. They do put this like copper stuff here that we do need to peel up. I'm going to use my plastic razor blade here and see if I can get underneath there. Hopefully I can get it without damaging it. Is it coming out or is it cutting it? I think it might just be cutting the copper piece, so I don't know if we're going to be able to lift this out. We'll try. I don't know. They put this black plastic stuff as well, so shoot. Because if I can't get this antenna out, then I can't really replace it on there. The problem is, okay, they put like this black plastic thing that's higher, and then underneath is like an aluminum shorter thing. Okay, so hopefully I can just peel up part of it. Okay, let's see if I can slowly peel this up without it getting damaged. Okay, slowly peel this copper adhesive tape up. I don't know how important this copper tape is to the antenna, because the antenna is actually all up here, but I like to, of course, you want to try and keep it as nice as you can. Okay, so there we got that copper adhesive strip up. Alright, let's do the same with the smaller one here. Same thing, using my plastic razor blade, we're just getting underneath the copper. Oops, it was folding over. Alright, so I'm going to try and just grab this and peel it up. Okay, so we got those copper things out, but again, I'm not sure how I'm going to get this out. I'm going to try with my metal pry tool here. Okay, there's a gap here. I'm going to try and use that gap to kind of pry this up and see if I can. Can I lift it? I felt it move a little, but not really. So I don't know. These antennas, they don't seem like they're going to want to come out. I don't know how I'm going to swap it at all. Can I flex it? No. The antennas might be part of the plastic housing. Oh no, it's moving. Okay, so I'm slightly getting under there. There we go. This is going to be a pain. Let me see. I'm going to use these popsicle sticks. So I'm going to lift this, get a popsicle stick under there, and slowly work my way over. Okay. Slowly work my way over. There we go. It's slowly peeling up. There we go. So we got one antenna out. We're going to have to get this other one. This one is small enough that I can probably just pry it all with just this. Okay, it is sliding down, so there we go. And there, we got the wireless antennas up. Okay, it does look like they're attached together. They kind of put some solder here, so there's like the grounding wire. I guess they soldered both of them together, but we were able to get the antennas out, so that's good. Now we're going to have to do that with the new one. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll set these antennas aside for now. We'll have to come get them later. Whoops. Okay, let's go ahead and put this back together. I'm gonna reattach the screen cable. I mean, this computer, the one that we're taking the parts from, is dead, so there's not really any point to put it back together other than just to have all the parts in one place. So put that latch back down, flip it back into place, put this back up. The customer told me that the screen is actually broken on this one, and they're not sure if other things are broken as well. So I don't know, they must have dropped it pretty bad. But anyways, got that in there. Let's go ahead and put the screen screws back in. Oops, I covered the adhesive on that side, so now the screw hole is covered. Let's lift that up. Get this out of the way. Okay. Drop it back down. I don't know why they put those adhesive tape things there. It doesn't do anything. But whatever, that's how they have it, so we're gonna just put it back there. Alright, get that screw in. We have this adhesive as well that I accidentally got trapped underneath there as well. Let's peel that out. Okay. Let's go ahead and put back this screw as well. The tape I'm not going to really bother with, but we'll just put that back on. Okay. Take this piece, put this back on top. Not that it matters. Whatever, I'm covering the screen slightly, but this is not going to be used. Put that screw back in. We got this, but again, I'm not even putting the hinge back here, so we'll leave that. And then, let's see, let's go ahead and put the frame on the screen. You can actually put this frame after, you don't have to put it now, you can, but I'm just going to put this now, just because, so that way I can easily get down here and line up these little latches, or whatever you would call those, okay? And then you basically just push it down, so you can see it's clipping. I'm pushing around the outer edge, okay? Again, this screen is broken, so I don't know why I'm reassembling it, but whatever. Okay, I guess we'll just snap all of this back in as well. I'm not snapping it in completely, like, nice. I think they actually had someone take apart this screen before, because the adhesive on here was already, like, pretty easy to pull out. So yeah, the other one is likely going to be a huge pain to remove, and I guess we'll see that soon. Alright, come on clips, get in there. There we go. Okay, this side, the adhesive and stuff isn't right. It's kind of lumpy, but oh, I think that's where they dropped it. It's like bent, it's not flat. Okay, anyways, we're done with this one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get the replacement pieces. Actually, let me put it back in the shell and everything. So we got this. We're gonna do the same thing as before, 90 degrees or more. Okay, going over the edge of the desk. Now there's only one hinge, so let's go ahead and get that hinge into place. I don't know what we're gonna do afterwards because there's only one hinge here holding it now. But okay, let's go ahead and take this screw, put that into place. There we go. There's no other hinges here. I'm gonna fold the screen closed using the one hinge, just like that. Let's go ahead and put these two screws, even though the hinge isn't there, but I'm gonna just loosely fit the screws there. Okay. Just like that. We got this cable. I'm gonna just put that inside, even though we're not gonna use it. Let's flip this back over. Let's zoom in. Okay, let's put the motherboard or logic board back in place. This piece, make sure all the cables end up back on top. Not that it matters for this one because it's not going to work either way. But just in case they want to see how it was built before. Let's go ahead and pull these cables back out from underneath. Make sure that they're not trapped under the motherboard. Okay. Alright, we're probably going to end up not really reconnecting everything in here just because it's so annoying. Get this cable as well. Oh, my cat just puked all over. She always pukes on the carpet. There's like all this like solid floor here and she pukes on the carpet. I don't understand her. Alright, anyways, these cables we can run around the top here. So I don't think they need to go underneath, but whatever. I'm not even gonna reconnect the wireless antennas. Well, I guess we'll reconnect it. Let's plug the black one back to the white one here. There we go. Run these cables through this. I'm gonna have to pay more attention when I go ahead and do the other one, but I'm gonna plug everything else back in that I see. Okay, when I do the other one, I'm gonna pay more close attention because I'm going to have to put it all back together properly. But this one, not so important. There we go. Keyboard cable, get that in. Might have to clean up my cat's puke real quick. Alright, let's get this cable back in. I think this is a keyboard backlight. I don't know. It has a pretty big connector for just the backlight, but whatever. Alright, get the trackpad cable and the little center, I don't know what you call that thing. Alright, get this cable in. Come on. This cable, you kind of have to make sure to angle it downwards because it kind of wants to tilt itself up. Here we go. Okay, get this tiny cable in. I'm gonna clean up my cat's puke after this. Get this cable in. Okay, I'm gonna put this bracket over here back into place. Here, you kind of slide it over to the left and then drop it down. Put this screw back in. Put the screen cable back in. Get in. Why is it not going in right? There we go. Flip that latch back down. Put this back in. Okay, got all of that. Let's put this metal bracket back. Okay, then we got the battery screws and we got the motherboard screws. Let's put all the motherboard screws back in. Okay. Motherboard's nice and easy to put back in. The wireless cables are going to be a pain because I'm going to have to get them all underneath there. Don't forget to snap this one back down. Okay. There we go. Battery, I'm going to put back in. I'm not going to reconnect the battery on here, but normally you would get the battery connector in and squeeze those back into place. But because this computer's like not assembled right and stuff, I'm not going to plug that in just in case. I don't want it to cause more damage to the computer. Okay. Okay. Last screw, and I'm going to clean up the cat puke, and then we're going to go on to number 2 and swap the pieces over. Alright, here we go. Let's put this cover back on. When you put the cover, you actually want to put the bottom first because it has little latches that lock into place down there. When they brought it to me, it wasn't like that. So normally when you open this cover, you open it from this side. Okay. Go. Make sure we're not squishing the cable on that side. Okay, looks good. And last screw. Alright, I'm going to clean up my cat's puke real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and swap the hinge and the antennas over to the other one. Alright, I'll be back, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back, so let's go ahead and switch to the other one. This one, now we don't have the hinge in it anymore. I'm going to set that aside. Okay, let's get computer number 2. So computer number 2, the hinge is completely broken here. So what we're going to do, I don't know, can I close this all the way? Yeah, okay. So hopefully the rest of it's intact. I don't know how the hinge broke like that, but alright. Maybe bad design. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, same thing like before. Let's go ahead and remove or undo the screws. The screws actually stay in place on this one, so you don't have to take the screws out. Just undo it until you hear them click. So you hear it click, and that's how you know you took it out all the way. Alright. Okay, just like this. Move to the bottom 2. I'm going to have to zoom out a tiny bit for you guys. There we go. Get this junk out of the way. Alright, so once you get all the screws up, so you should be able to get a gap here. If it's still stuck, you might have to undo the screw while you're kind of pulling on it. Sometimes that helps, but just lift it up like that. Alright, it swings up, and then you can pull it forward. Like I was saying, there's these little latches at the bottom that kind of go into there. Okay, so again, we're going to take the battery out from here. This one is a lot dustier, so actually let me clean it up, and I will be back in a bit. Alright, see you guys soon. Alright, so I'm back. Let's go ahead and finish taking it apart. So we cleaned it up a bit. Okay, so again, we're going to disconnect the battery first. Just go ahead and take the 5 screws out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, once you got those 5 screws out, you can lift the battery up, okay, from the back. You can pull it slightly down, and then we're going to go ahead and try and pull this connector out. Be very careful that you don't damage this cable. If you want, you can actually take that cable out a little bit first, but let's zoom in and look at the battery connector here. So I'm going to use my fingernails, and we're basically going to wiggle and pull this back. Once you pull that back, we are going to lift the battery up slightly and then pull that, and there we go. Alright, so let's zoom back out. Okay, there's the battery, same thing, model number if you want it. Set that aside. Alright, after you remove the battery, again, we're going to open this up. Press and hold the power button 10 to 15 seconds. Alright. Alright, so it should be good. Okay, now again, we are going to have to take the whole motherboard out and then take the hinges and everything out. So let's go ahead and, oh, it's still dusty. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and start removing everything here. So disconnect this cable again. Alright, that's for the USB port, and what's that, display port? I don't know. Oh, that's a mini Ethernet thing. Alright, so we got that. We're going to disconnect this short cable here, which looks like it goes to the fingerprint sensor here. Alright, flip that latch up, pull that cable out. There's this little tab that you can kind of grab to help you peel it and pull it back. Alright, there we go. And we got the trackpad connector here. Same thing, you can grab that little plastic tab flap that they add on there. Okay, I don't know if this has the adhesive too. This keyboard connector looks all like kind of torn up more. Alright, let's peel up these adhesives and get these wireless antennas out. Okay. Come on, get out of the way. Okay, they put all this adhesive. I don't know what for. It's not necessary. Alright, let's go ahead and peel this out. Alright, pull that out of the way. Peel this one up. Oh, let's peel it from this side. Okay, so the way it should be, well, this black rubber thing falls out, is gray, black, blue, orange. Not that it really matters, but yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and take these out. I'm going to hold the rubber down so I can easily take these out. Same thing, the black cable is at the white arrow, and the white and the gray cable is at the black one. Alright, let's go ahead and pull these cables out. I don't know if I'm going to remember. Gray, black, blue, orange, whatever. It's not important as long as you can fit it all in. So here you can see the blue and orange cable actually runs underneath the motherboard. The gray and black ones are kind of going on top of this area. So I don't know if I'll remember that, but as long as they're all plugged in and not damaging anything, we should be okay. LCD LVDS connector. Again, make sure you press and hold the power button 10 to 15 seconds after removing the battery if you're going to mess with this cable. So flip that latch up. Pull that cable. There we go. Alright, so gray and black on the left, orange and blue on the right. I'm going to have to remember that. I don't know if I will, but I'll try. Right, we're going to undo these. So gray and black use that, orange and blue use this. Okay, let's undo this cable. I think this is keyboard backlight again. And then we got this cable. There's a little clear tab here. We're going to move that out of the way, flip this tab up. Alright, pull that clear tab up slightly and pull that back. Got this one, flip that latch up, and then lift and pull that back. We're going to peel up this adhesive strip here, just like that. Okay, and there's an adhesive strip holding those antennas, but whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the 5 screws. I think we already got everything disconnected from here. Oh, the speakers, don't forget that. And then these, almost forgot these connectors. So peel up that, pull up this tab, and unclick that. Right, speaker connectors, use your fingernails or whatever you want, wiggle and pull it. Eventually pops out. Right. We got the keyboard connector here. Let's flip this latch up. Is this one taped into? It is taped down, but the tape is on the other side. So I don't know how I'm going to get this one out. Let's go ahead and try and just peel it up with this, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to get the tool completely underneath, and I'm going to slowly pull to peel it up, if it will even come out. Oh man, this is... I hate when they put adhesive and stuff on it like this, because there's a good chance that you can actually damage the thing. So let me try and peel it out this way. I'm going to use... Where's my little plastic pokey tool here? Okay, so I'm going to try and just pull the keyboard connector out without undoing the adhesive. There we go. Okay, it did come out. I guess that's why it was bent. They probably took that out before. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the 5 motherboard screws or logic board screws. Again, there's a M.2 SSD here. It's also SATA. So if you replace it, I don't know if the motherboard supports PCIe NVMe. You can try it if you want, but what's currently in there is SATA, so for sure SATA should work. PCIe NVMe is kind of a gamble if you wanted to try it. Alright, don't forget the screw. It's hidden underneath this sticker here, or the tape. Alright, and then we gotta remove this one corner screw here that's holding this metal plate in place. Once you remove that screw, you can lift up the metal plate from the side. Take that out. Okay, now we're going to do like before, open the computer 90 degrees. Let me zoom out. Okay, you want to be, this one I have to be careful because that hinge is broken. We are replacing the wires there, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Right, 90 degrees. And take this one screw out here. Oh, oops, I need to take the motherboard out first. What am I doing? Okay, let's close this back. Zoom back in. Okay, motherboard first. Let's lift from the left. It looks like they peeled it up already, so it's easy to come out. But again, if it's your first time peeling it up, the foam underneath might be stuck to the motherboard or to the housing of the laptop. All right. You don't want to lift by the fan, so I'm grabbing the board. Slowly make sure you get all the cables out of the way. It's kind of caught. Oh, we do have to remove this as well. Don't forget that. I was wondering why it wasn't lifting up. Okay, this is the SIM card tray slot. Remove that. We are going to have to remove the SIM card little thing, the plastic piece here. So just get in there. I just use a needle with a hook to pull it out. I don't know if this one, if you push the needle straight in, if it will eject it or not, but all right, let's go ahead and lift this plastic piece out. There we go. All right, so now we should be able to carry the motherboard out. Let's go ahead and lift this up. It still feels like it's caught on something. I'm not sure what. Slowly lifting. Okay. It just looks like the cables, maybe because they're folded over the top, are making it difficult to lift. Yep. All right, slowly lift it up and get this out. So it looks like the orange and blue cables go underneath here. Okay, I'm gonna try and remember to put that back that same way. And then the black cables, black and gray cables just go on top. This orange cable goes in these little sticker routing methods. Okay, so open it 90 degrees again. All right, this hinge is screwed up, so I don't know. All right, open it 90 degrees. Put it on the desk. I'm gonna zoom out so you can kind of see this. There we go. Oh, not enough. You can see all the junk on my desk. All right, look at all those popsicle sticks. Okay, so let's go ahead and start removing the hinge screws. Again, one screw here. And then two screws on this side, same as the other one. There's this adhesive here that I don't remember being there on the other one. Okay, got all of those out. Let's see about unrouting all the cables. So this is okay. This one is trapped under there, so we are going to have to undo all this cabling. So the orange cable, the blue cable, let's unroute it. Okay, this orange cable runs along over this way, so I'm gonna have to pull it out there. The gray cable also goes along with that, of course. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna remember all the cabling. Since you have my video, you can watch it and then put it back the same way. I mean, I know it's hard to see because it's like so zoomed out, but I'm just gonna unroute all the cabling here. Right, get this adhesive thing out. There we go, and now the cable's falling over because the hinge is broken. But there we go. Let's go ahead and lift the hinge out. This does have this adhesive, as I mentioned earlier, so I'm gonna have to peel that up. Okay, and then we can lift the hinge out. Again, this one's broken, so I have to actually lift the hinge separately. Okay, come on. I don't know if I can get it out if it's stuck like that. Let's unroute all these wires here. Make sure these wires aren't getting caught underneath. Oh, they also have the adhesive on this side. So hold that down, peel that adhesive up. There we go. Okay, I don't know if I need to keep the adhesive there, but let's try and get this out. The problem with this is I think the hinge on the other side is still folded closed. Oh yeah, okay. So the hinge on the other side here is still folded closed, so it's not clearing to let me pull it out. So let's see, I'm gonna try with my thin pry tool to get underneath and see if I can flip the hinge over. I don't think I can. So I'm gonna have to try and just unroute these wires through this tiny gap on the side here. Okay, looks like it's doable. There we go. All right, and then I don't know how I'm gonna get this hinge out. I'm gonna hold this here. I'm gonna use some pliers and I'm gonna try and use that to twist the hinge. Okay, man, the way they broke this made doing this so much more difficult, but it is what it is. Oops, okay. Let's get some pliers here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this hinge down and then I'm gonna grab this and see if I can rotate it. Okay, it did work. There we go. Okay, now we can take the hinge out. Oops, there we go. Let's throw that hinge away. So we got the replacement hinge here. So this one is gonna go like that, right? Yep, that's the one. I don't know if we need this adhesive thing on there. I can put that back if I want. Just like that. Okay, so this is garbage. I'll keep that in case the customer wants it. We're gonna set this aside now. Okay, now we're gonna have to carefully, very carefully peel this screen assembly away. Okay, so you can do this while the screen is attached to the computer if you're just changing the screen, but because I have to replace the hinge, I'm gonna have to peel this all up from here. So if you peel up, you can hear it slowly peeling. So you kind of have to be careful and do this slowly, because if you try and peel it up really quick, you're gonna end up destroying the screen stuff down there. Okay, so I'm just slowly peeling this up. And you want to be careful not to put pressure on the screen. Okay, it's slowly peeling. That's good. I don't know if somebody opened this before, because it's actually not too crazy difficult. This hinge is also wobbly, so I'm going to have to fix that side and tighten the hinges so it doesn't break too. Okay, so we're slowly going to peel this. I hope their screen works. I don't know if I turned it on to double check. So hopefully they didn't make up stuff. I think it should be okay. All right, let's continue peeling this out. So they put a lot of adhesive holding this stuff down, so you want to be careful when peeling it up. You want to make sure that underneath you're not peeling up the screen plastic frame. They have some adhesive. They have this, let me see if I can show you. So they have this plastic stuff. You want to make sure you're not peeling that up. Okay, so as you can see, we got that side out. I technically only have to remove, well actually I guess I'd have to remove that to fix the, what do you call, the loose hinge. So let's go ahead and keep peeling everything up. I'm using my thumb to slowly twist it as I push down and inwards with my finger to help release the clips. Okay. Again, you want to do this slowly, because if you do this really fast, you're going to end up just destroying your screen. I don't think I'm charging enough for this repair. Okay, so just peeling up the adhesive. People are doing fireworks now. Alright, so we got that. Keep peeling. Alright, how am I going to get this side? Come on. Okay, it's coming out. There we go. You kind of just work it whichever way is helping you get it out. It's kind of hard to explain, but I am pushing this in and kind of down as I pull up. So you're kind of like twisting it like that. trying to keep the adhesive to stay on this bezel, but it looks like it's not lined up, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, let's rotate it and continue peeling. Continue pulling this side. This side's coming a lot easier. Okay, and now the last bit. This part for some reason was stuck a lot stronger. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we got that out. Got the entire frame out. Again, this adhesive here kind of peeled up and then it's not aligned right, so I'm gonna have to peel it up again and move it. Either that or I'm gonna have to like trim it. Okay, let's see, can I peel it up? Sorry, I'm peeling this adhesive up and then I'm gonna push it back further. There we go, perfect. All right, let's set that aside. Now that we got that, again, like I was saying, these screws are loose here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some thread locker to that. I like to use the red thread locker, especially if there's metal underneath, not plastic. So let's go ahead and get the red thread locker stuff. Pop it open. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, as you can see, this thing is wobbly. Take the screw out. All right, I'm gonna just apply a very tiny amount of thread locker to there. All right, and then we're gonna get this screw and tighten it back down. And I don't know if that's gonna fix the wobbling issue, but hopefully it will. Let's go ahead and get this one. Actually, this one has plastic underneath too, so you really don't want to use too much or it can make the plastic below brittle. Okay, just a little bit on the little screws. Okay, I'll tighten that down. There we go. And the third one. Tiny bit of thread locker to that too. Go and get that in. Tighten that in. All right, let's see. I guess by design it's just wobbly. That's weird. Maybe it's to help a little bit. I don't know how that helps, but whatever. All right, let's go ahead and lift up this adhesive that they put here. And move this out of the way. Okay. For now, I'm going to move the adhesive out of the way. Okay, and then let's peel this one up as well. Again, we're going to have to transfer over the antennas, so let's peel this adhesive out and set that aside. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove the 2 screws holding the screen in place. We don't have to remove all 4. Just have to remove these 2. At least I think we don't have to remove all 4. Alright, we're moving the one down here. Okay, so now that we got those, let's go ahead and start getting the wires out. So it looks like this wire is in the middle between the orange and the gray. I don't know if that matters. Let's route this out. Okay, we do have to take the hinge thing out first. So if I was just doing the hinge, it would be a lot easier. I'd already almost be done, but I'm gonna have to figure out the wireless antennas. Okay, so let's get the broken hinge out. So this is, here you can see that broke. Get this up, lift the screen slightly, unroute all these wires. Orange one is on top. Okay. Alright, so we got all of that up, and now we're going to pry this thing out just like the other one. So let's go ahead and use the tool and pry this up. I don't know how you'll do this if you don't have like a really thin metal tool like this. but whatever works, just use it. Oh shoot, I do have to take the screen out because those copper things. Okay, so let's go ahead and take out the adhesive on this side as well. I forgot about that. Okay, let's remove all 4 screws from the screen because we do have to peel up those copper things. There we go. All right, I don't know if I have to take the whole screen out. I think I can just move it out of the way. Let's see here. There's enough slack. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing this out of the way. Okay. And then let's go ahead and try and get this copper up. And this one, they actually fitted into that gap so well, it's a lot harder to even scrape this out. There we go. See if I can peel it up. There we go. Nice. Right, copper released. Push back down the aluminum. It's gonna make bubbles, but it is what it is. Okay, kind of helps to walk it out a little bit, and let's push that back down. This made some bubbles under there. Okay, so now that we got that up, I'm gonna put the screen back over so I don't accidentally damage it. All right, now let's go ahead and pry out the antennas. I need to be careful, I keep yanking on this cable down here. Okay, let's go ahead and try and pry these antennas up. Just like before. Slowly keeping pressure underneath to lift it up as I pry it with the metal tool. Let's go closer. There we go. Right, antenna number 1. Let's get this one out. Somebody's calling me right now. Okay. Antenna number 2, and there we go. Okay, so we got both antennas out. Let's go ahead and replace it with a new one. Here you can see the damage. It got ripped up a lot all along here. Okay. Toss that aside. Let's get the replacement antennas here. All right, so again, we're gonna have to swing the screen out of the way. So I'm gonna lift it up and we're just gonna swing it over. Just out of the way. I'm gonna put this one in first. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. It's hard to see. I need to be careful with the screen here. There we go. Okay, so let's see if I put the copper piece in first here. To use that as a way to line it up. Okay. And it's not lined up completely. There we go. Close enough. Slowly drop that in. Perfect. Push that into place. There we go, good to go. Let's get this one lined up as well. This one doesn't have a thing to align it, so I'm just gonna have to just put it wherever. There we go. All right, so if it was like before, gray cable goes in here first. Okay, I don't know if I can show this whole thing without accidentally damaging things. I'll show you the orange one after I get the gray one in. Okay, let's go ahead and put this screen back into place. Not completely, but just so we're gonna have to work on it later. Okay, sorry, I'm going out of view again. All right, orange cable, just have it follow the lines here. There we go. Alright, so now we're gonna go over this way. Goes underneath that. I don't remember which one was which. I think gray was on this side and then the orange one was on top. Okay, so we'll go this way. I think it was that, like that. Okay, gray one here. Let's lift up the screen and get the orange cable under this side. Okay, so if I remember correctly, it was like this. The orange cable, and then you got this screen cable, and then the gray one in the middle. Alright, so now let's go ahead and put this hinge piece on top. And this, you have to kind of lift these cables to go over. There's this plastic piece here. Okay, you have to hold that over. So that way when you put this hinge on, it's going to be covering that properly. Is that orange cable right? Yep. Okay, so make sure that those wires aren't being pinched in that little gap there. Okay, let's go ahead and put the screws. I'll put one screw first, and then I'll put thread locker, and then I'll put the other two screws. There we go. So we can get the red thread locker. Put a very tiny bit. Tighten that into place. Oops. Other screw, thread locker. Alright, let's take this screw back out and do the same. Okay, so all these wires should be in place properly now. Alright, let's close this. We'll use this on the bottom screws afterwards. Alright, so let's get the, let's put back these sticker pieces. So we got this one. Oops, sorry, I'm going out of view. Okay, I need to put back all those hinge screws, or the screen screws, so let's get the 4 screws for the screen and put those back in. Sorry, I know this is a long, tedious process. If you don't need to follow along, you can 2 times or just fast forward. Okay, hopefully these videos are helping you. If they are, remember to like, subscribe, and share my channel with others so that they can also fix their devices. Alright, if this helps you save a lot of money, please consider contributing to the channel so that I can continue making these videos. Alright, get that sticker on there. Make sure it's not blocking any of those little clips. Alright, get this one. Lined up. There we go. Okay, and then this one was on here. Okay. The other one, the tape was stuck to this piece. Oops, sorry, I didn't even show it there. Let's zoom out a little bit so you guys can see better. Alright, so we're going to insert these bottom pieces first because those need to make sure that they're underneath the frame. Okay, there we go. Once you get those under the frame, you can go ahead and start snapping in the rest here, just like that. Go ahead and go down the center. All the adhesive holds it in place, and then go ahead and clip these into place. You can hear it clipping. Okay, this one you kind of have to pull it down a little as you kind of clip it. You might want to grab the middle and pull it out, basically reverse of what we're doing, using my thumb to rotate it. Okay, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this corner because the corners are the most difficult. Alright, you just twist it like that and it goes in. Alright, and let's go ahead and lock in the rest. So sometimes it helps to kind of lift it and do the reverse of how we had to take it out. Alright, just like that, and then you can go ahead and clip the rest in here. Alright, this looks like it's all good. Oops, down here is not clipped in right. There we go. Oops, sorry, I just pushed on that. And then those clips went in. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and put this back into the keyboard assembly. Again, we're going to put this 90 degrees. Let me zoom out a little more. Let's see if I can adjust the camera so it's further this way. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and put this back in. Drop that in 90 degrees here. Sorry if I'm going out of view of the camera. Okay. Make sure all these cables are out of the way. All right. Let's pull that closer to me. And there we go. Okay. So now that we got those in, I know, sorry, it's probably blurry. Let me see. Okay, so we got one screw here for this hinge, the one that's just right here. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. Oops, I do have to put the thread locker. I'm attaching that back down. Let's go ahead and get the red thread locker. I'm gonna take this screw back out. Okay, we're gonna get this. Just a little. There we go. Get that screw into place. Tighten that down. Okay. Other side. Alright. Put the one screw there. Tighten it down. Hopefully you're able to see. And then the last screw. Same thing. Right, it's very little, not even like a drop, it's just a tiny bit to kind of get the threads. And only coat it on, I don't even coat it all the way around. Alright, there we go. Now that we got that, let's go ahead and close the screen. We have a nice working hinge again. Okay, now the tricky part, because I don't remember. Okay, so I guess these blue and orange cables, they have these little routing areas. Let's zoom in. Okay, I guess they have these little areas to route the cable through, so I'm gonna just push them into that area. Hopefully that's right. We're gonna have to lift up this tape here. Okay, get that cable to go under there, tape that down. This cable I don't think was under anything, so we're just gonna leave it there. Okay, we've got the orange and gray cables. Let's continue routing it through these things. Okay. Hopefully you can see I'm just routing it through these little areas where these cables can fit here. Okay, I think this goes underneath. Then we got the orange cable here. Looks like it's taking a different route. So I'm gonna try and hold this here. Gray cable, get out of my way, cable. There we go. Okay, orange cable. It goes and bends down this way. Looks like the gray cable is supposed to do the same. There's too many cables in here. It's like all going all over the place. Okay, gray cable can go there as well, but then it goes straight out into this routing mechanism here already. Right, orange cable has to bend further to go up. Alright, so we got all of those in. Let's lift up this plastic tab. Sorry if my head got in the way. I can't see what I'm doing if I'm like looking at the screen all the time. So, alright, so this cable is going into this weird routing mechanism. Gray cable up and over. I don't know if it's even gonna go. I think we're just gonna have it go straight through there. I don't know. The gray one doesn't seem to want to go up there. Oh, there we go. Okay, put that back down. Gray cable, did it go up or? I don't remember how it went. Okay, I think the gray and black cables go out this way, so I'm gonna have to make this go over here. There we go, up there and there, right? Orange cables, orange and blue cable, I think kind of came out from this weird spot here. I don't know, whatever. Okay, orange cable is going under here. All right, yeah, so the orange cable kind of was supposed to come out from up there, I think. Blue cable here. Similar thing, okay. I'm gonna have it go around this way, and then back up there. All right, I think that's right. The orange and blue cable went up there. If I'm wrong, whatever, you guys can watch my video and do it the way that it's supposed to be. All right, let's go ahead and get the motherboard. Okay, we're gonna slide this side in first. And the hardest part is making sure all these cables end up back on top, all right? So make sure this keyboard cable, everything is going back on top. Let's get these out of the way. It's gonna be tough to keep these out of the way as I'm trying to drop all this stuff in. This keyboard cable is getting caught. Blue and orange cable out of my way. Okay, slowly get that over to the right. There we go. Okay, so we got that cable. I'm gonna use this tool and make sure I get these cables out from underneath. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. Make sure I get these cables out. This cable's caught under there. Okay, what is it caught on? It's not letting me pull it back. This cable, there we go. Okay, it looks like it still needs to move over to the right some, so I don't know what it's getting caught on. Might have to just lift it up more. There we go. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead and slide this over. Get that into place. Did I forget anything? This cable's on top. Okay, I think that's all the cables. Alright, and these cables are on properly. And let's go ahead and put this cable back, or this piece of tape back here. At least I think that's where it came from. I think this tape was supposed to be here and go underneath, but okay. It doesn't really stick anymore, so okay, let's go ahead and lift the fan up and get that adhesive under there. Yeah, it doesn't even stick anymore, so it's not really a big deal. Okay, now let's go ahead and get this metal plate thingy here back in place. Get that lined up. I'm going to use some thread locker to make sure it stays in place better. Come on, go in. There we go. Get the red thread locker. Yeah, this is a super long video. Alright. Get this in. Alright. Get the screw back down. Tighten that into place. Perfect. Okay. So this orange cable doesn't do anything. If I don't remember the order, but I'm just gonna put it back this way because that's how they're lined up right now. Orange, blue, I think if I remember correctly, the gray one was on the inside. So let's put the black one here. Oops, I do need to route the... Stick back down, you dumb rubber mount thing. Okay, the double stick adhesive for this isn't that good. Okay. Right, so these gray and black cables had to go through these metal brackets here. Okay. Let's go ahead and route it through. There we go. Alright, so gray cable was at the first dot. Get it lined up. These cables are all in the way. Okay. Make sure it's lined up by moving your finger. If it stays in place, then you can snap it in. Alright. And you probably didn't really get what I was talking about, but alright, so I guess I messed up the wiring, so I'm gonna put it differently. We're gonna put the gray black one there. Get that lined up. Okay, if you slide your finger over the top or your fingernail and it stays in place, you know that it's lined up right. This one cable's driving me crazy, right? And snap that down. Alright, let's go ahead and snap this one. Actually, the orange and blue cable went underneath, huh? So I'm going to put the orange cable this way and the blue cable in here. I know they're all not lined up the way they should be, but it doesn't matter as long as they're plugged in right. Let's go ahead and peel this sticker back up. Okay. Cable and orange cable. Get back under there. Alright. Tape that down. Alright, let's get the keyboard cable in first because it's kind of in the way. Flip that latch up. Get the cable in. Come on, go in. It doesn't want to go in. There we go. Okay. Keyboard cable's in. Flip that latch down. Let's peel up this adhesive strip. Go, and let's go ahead and stick that back in. Oops, it's peeling up the other piece. Let go. Let go. Oh, I guess I'll just peel it that way. Blue one, orange one, and this whole thing is coming up again. Go. Let's tape that down. Alright, speaker cable, line it up, pinch the two. There we go. Make sure that tape is good. Again, this shouldn't be an issue, but whatever, it's being weird. Alright, orange cable, stay over there. Let's get this latch down. Oh, it's hard to do. Okay, let's actually move the blue cable out. I think it might be blocking this cable. Yep, there we go. Okay, orange cable, stay over that way. Let's put the tape on top. Okay, that's all plugged in. We do have to put back in the motherboard screw that's underneath there. So let's lift this adhesive back up. Put that screw in. There we go. Alright, second motherboard screw. I think it's here. Alright, let's plug in the LCD cable here. Make sure the latch is up. Get it lined up. Alright, and then put that latch back down. Oh, actually, I'll take that back out because we have to put the SIM card thing first. So this thing needs to go in here first. this screw back in. Jeez, it's gonna be more than an hour and a half of doing this. Alright, let's get this cable, line it up. There we go. Put that latch down. Let's get the SIM card tray thing back in. Alright, keyboard backlight, at least I think that's what it is, back in. Alright, mouse trackpad back in. Alright, this tiny one, flip that latch up. Grab the clear plastic tab and use that to help you guide it. Then flip that latch back down. Alright, got this one, get that in. Flip the latch down, and then I guess it goes in there. Put that tape back on. Okay, I don't know what this latch is for, it's not being used. Get this lined up, snap that into place. Let's go ahead and put back the rest of the motherboard screws. Oops, I think I was doing stuff off camera, sorry guys. I snapped that back in, put that tape on. I don't know what this connector's for. Maybe that's for like a diagnostic tool or something. Alright. Get these screws back in. Go. I don't know if this cable is supposed to go behind this or down here. I think it's here because there's a little notch there. Alright, and then this cable, fingerprint sensor cable. This one's kind of a pain because it's so small and it doesn't let you move it much. There we go. Flip that latch back down. Alright, I think we got everything reconnected. We're going to put the battery back in, and then we're going to power it up and hope everything is good. Alright, let's get this one. Get the battery connector lined up. Pinch the two pieces together, just like this. Okay, drop the battery into place. Make sure the battery's connected all the way. Good. Let's go ahead and put back the battery screws. You want to be careful because now the battery's in. The computer circuits are live. You don't want to drop anything metal and risk frying it, okay? This battery, the little tab part of the plastic is missing. Oh, there we go. Last two screws, and then we're on with the bottom cover, and we're going to power it up. Probably more than 2 hours of actual work. Okay. So all this junk here. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the bottom cover back on. Let's zoom out a little more. Set that aside. Alright, so you put the bottom back in first, just like that. Slowly lower it down. I'm going to put this screw, twist it backwards till you hear it click. Same thing with this side. Okay, and then twist it in. Go. Reverse, twist it in. Okay, reverse till it clicks, then twist it in. Alright, reverse. This one, the clips are a little more tricky. You have to push them in first. Reverse it, click it, twist it in. Okay. Go. Last screw to tighten all the way. Alright, let's see if it powers up. Okay, make sure everything looks clipped in properly. It looks good. They also bent this. I don't know if I can bend this back. So they said their charge port's loose. I'll try to bend it back. I don't have a thin pry tool that's that skinny. So I might have to just use a small flathead screwdriver. If you do this, you want to be very careful because this is the charge port. Alright, so we're going to go in here and I'm going to just try and bend this back over. It does bend over a little bit further out, but not completely. Hopefully it won't just completely snap off. I think they I don't know what they did with the, usually there's a rubber piece in here that helps keep it more aligned. But there we go. So we got all of that reassembled. Let's go ahead and see if it powers on. I might need the charger, so let's go ahead and open it up. Power it up, and the green light's on. That's a good sign. So hopefully the screen will come up in a few seconds. Come on. There we go. So we're good to go. Hinges are good. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's see if it actually boots to the Windows. Oh, okay, so BIOS got reset from removing the battery, even though the BIOS battery wasn't removed, which is really weird. I'm just going to press escape to let it do the defaults, and let's see if it boots up okay. Okay, let's see. Is it going to do the Windows spinning ball? My cat's eating plastic over there, so I'm going to have to like... Venus, get down! She's eating my customer stuff. Alright, well, I guess let's enter the setup. Date and time. Okay, let me just change this to... So you hold the shift and then you push the plus button to change it. So right now is June something. I don't remember the exact day. I think it's like the 25th, maybe the 26th, because I think it's past midnight. 2021. Okay. Let's see what time it is actually. 12:48. Okay, so 12:48. Let's go backwards. 48. Let's do 40. Oops. Okay, 48. There we go. And let's add some seconds on there. There we go. All right. And let's exit saving changes. And hopefully it's going to work now. Right? Come on, boot up. Don't complain about the date and time again. I didn't take the SSD out of the motherboard, so it shouldn't have any issues with that. Hopefully it's going to see the SSD and boot up. I think I saw it said light on, which should be the SSD. There we go. So Windows is booting. Alright, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, please like, subscribe, share my channel with others. Here you can see it's working. If this video helped you save a bunch of money, please send a little my way. Help me continue to do this for a living. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Alright, let's drop this thing. Bye.